This is the Wyze Lock Bolt, and this is a pretty affordable fingerprint and keypad deadbolt. And this is basically pick-proof, and nobody can hack this from the internet. Is this gonna be a good option for your home? Let's find out. Hello guys, LifeHackster here. Today we are going to check and test out the Wyze Lock Bolt. This is a pretty affordable fingerprint and keypad deadbolt lock from Wyze. And like you saw in the thumbnail, this is pick-proof because there's no key slot, and it's not hackable because it doesn't connect to the internet. Bluetooth only. Thank you Wyze for sending me this lock to be reviewed. We'll check out its features, do a quick unboxing, install it in my back door, and set it up. And test it out and see if this Wyze Lock Bolt is going to be a good option for your home. Before we dive in, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. Thank you and I appreciate it. Let's check out its features. Fast fingerprint unlocking, half a second fingerprint sensor, backlit keypad with anti-peep feature, which we'll test out later on. When you connect to the lock on the app via Bluetooth, it will download the history so that you will know who and when the lock was accessed. Auto lock, you can set it to automatically lock if you forget to lock your door. Using the Wyze app, it is easy to add users and change settings of the lock. It has a USB-C port on the outside that you can use to power up the lock if the battery runs out. One-time code. You can generate a code even without Bluetooth for one-time use and expires in set 4-hour time frame. You can add up to 20 users that can access the lock. Specific specs, 10 to 12 months battery life. It uses Bluetooth 5.0 with an effective range of 16 feet. It is weather resistant with an IPX5 rating. It is ANSI and BHMA Grade 3 certified. Inside the box, we have a quick start guide. We have a template if you're planning to install this to a new door. We have 4 AA batteries. We have the strike plate. We have the outdoor unit. All metal. It has rubberized backlit keypad. We have the fingerprint sensor here on the top part. Slim profile. On the bottom, we have a rubber flap that covers the USB-C port for emergency charging if the AA batteries dies on you. On the back, we have the connector that connects to the inside unit. Then we have the inside unit. The body is plastic. On the back is the metal mounting plate and has a rubber gasket. We can open it up from here to gain access to the battery compartment. 4 AA's, which Wyze states good for 10 to 12 months of use. Then we have the pairing button. Then we have the thumb turn. And last but not the least, we have the deadbolt, which looks pretty durable. Time to install this. First, remove your existing deadbolt. Then screw in the Wyze deadbolt, making sure the top mark is on top. And screw it in with included 2 screws. Slide in the connector under the deadbolt and insert the screw post of the outdoor unit in the corresponding holes on the deadbolt while holding it and making sure it doesn't fall off. On the inside, insert the connector from the outside through the rectangular hole on the mounting plate. Align the screw holes and screw the mounting plate together with the outside keypad unit using the 2 provided machine screws. Level both the mounting plate and the outside unit. Open up the battery compartment of the indoor assembly. Push in the outside connector on the back. Both are marked with red lines for correct orientation. Then slide in the indoor assembly, aligning its tail piece to the center hole and screw it in using the 2 included screws. Test it out, making sure the thumb turn moves the deadbolt freely. Time to set this up. Open up the Wyze app, click the plus sign, add device, click home, and choose Wyze Lock Bolt. And I already installed it, so I'll skip the installation guide. Put in the batteries and push and hold the pairing button for 3 seconds. Click next, and the app will search and connect to the lock. Close the door and manually lock the deadbolt to calibrate the lock. Click next. And it is set up. Name your lock and click finish. Create a 4 to 8 digit code and click next. And you will get this permission request that you need to agree on, that your fingerprint is needed and will be stored encrypted on the lock itself. Click I consent. Click next. Place your finger in the scanner multiple times in different angles so that the lock can accurately identify and save it. Let's check out the settings in the app. Make sure your phone is within Bluetooth range. Open up the Wyze app. Click on the Wyze Lock Bolt, which it will connect to the lock using Bluetooth. In here, you can unlock and lock the lock, and you will see the history of events. On the gear icon are the settings, access settings. This is where you can add users and you can give them access, always or recurring, where you can set a date range and a time frame and specific days if needed. You can set their access code 4 to 8 digits long and also add their fingerprint if you want. Then we have the auto lock. The door will lock after 15 seconds or you can set it up to 15 minutes. You can also disable it during a specific time frame. Then we have the one-time code that you can access and give out even if you're not connected to the lock. This will generate a code that is good for one-time use and will expire in a set 4-hour window, which in my case here right now will expire in the next 20 minutes. I can wait until 10 p.m. so that a new generated code will be good until 2 a.m. Then we have calibrate, share the lock, and device info. Testing this out, I can tell you that locking and unlocking from the app is pretty fast and almost instantaneous. And as to the fingerprint, it is pretty quick too. And the same thing with typing in your code. Anti-peep feature works, which you can punch in a random numbers before and after your code, and it will still open the lock. The lock also has a built-in alarm when the lock jams, or when there are 5 failed attempts to open the lock.
And if your Wyze Bolt ran out of batteries, you can use a power bank and a USB-C cable and plug it in like so. And type in your passcode. And we'll open it up.
This lock will appeal to users that have concerns that their smart lock can be hacked by somebody from the internet, but still wants the convenience of not having a key. A pretty fast unlocking using your fingerprint and a keypad access just in case you have sweaty and wet fingers. This lock is also for you if you binge watch lockpicking channels here in YouTube and TikTok, because I can guarantee you that this lock is not pickable using the keyway, because there's none. I have a feeling though that Wyze will release a smart or Wi-Fi version of this so that you can access the lock from anywhere and also you will get notifications. Overall though, as to what it is and the price that Wyze is selling this for, I think this is the cheapest that I know of a Bluetooth deadbolt lock that has fingerprint and keypad access. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.